Day is January the 13th, Tuesday of 2026. And this is Toledo Negro News. Top story for tonight is Trump and the tariff dividend checks that he promised. Now, back in July 2025, he had been touting around with this, and it was going to be the best tax season ever, so on and so forth, with these dividend checks based off of our tariff. Well, according to USA Today, a 2-hour press conference with 4 of his White House correspondents on the 7th of January, he quoted in saying, when asked about those tariff checks, he asked, I said that? I did that? When did I do that? And so what has seemed to have been something that was promised since July 2025 is now being forgotten. And when asked by Tyler Pager, who was another correspondent and reporter, when those checks could be expected by the American people, he stated that maybe by the end of 2026. Now, experts say that it would not be a wise move to spend those tariff dollars of revenue on dividend checks. According to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Government, which is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that studies fiscal policy, estimates a round of tariff rebate payments would cost about $600 billion, while tariff revenue is only projected to be about $300 billion per year. And they stated, in quote, with our national debt quickly approaching all-time high and annual budget deficits approaching $2 trillion per year, it is imperative that policymakers focus on actually reducing deficits and putting debt on a downward path. They also stated that traditional tariff revenue should be used to reduce deficits, as several administrative figures have stated is the intention that it would be better to do this instead of passing that revenue on to taxpayers in the form of a cash dividend. So, are these more lies being told? Are those checks ever going to come out? Is that why you voted, some of y'all, for a dividend check that ain't coming? Well, in my opinion, it ain't coming. We'll just have to see. On to the next story. Jonathan Ross, agent that fatally shot Renee Good, has been found to have been lying about what he does to his neighbors for at least 11 years. Jonathan, who has been a member of ICE since 2015, has been telling his neighbors that he has lived around for the last 11 years that he is a botanist. Says he loves border control, but he really, really loves plants. Now, it's being spun as if Renee Good was some type of left-wing radicalist and she was a domestic terrorist, and we all noticed and all saw differently. So, you all can paint the narrative, but we will report the truth. And the truth has been seen that what you say happened did not happen. We will be getting into that more. We will be doing a special story on that, so please stay tuned whenever we do drop that information. Okay? Now back to this person. He is not even remorseful. And the neighbors said that they saw agents bringing things and moving things out of the home of Mr. Ross the day after the shooting. Real quick, right? Right. All in all, if he'll lie to his neighbors about what he does, who's to say that he is not lying about what happened, which we all know he is, but who's to say he's not? Or he wouldn't lie about this too. Next story. Stephen A. Smith, in his loud ass mouth, mistakenly referred to Houston Texans wide receiver Christian Kirk as Charlie Kirk this past Tuesday. Smith was talking about Kirk's big game in the Texans' 30-6 playoff win over the Pittsburgh Steelers during ESPN's First Take when he had a slip of the tongue. He was quoted as saying, "We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards, Smith says. He quickly corrected himself and promptly apologized. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk. So we all know what happened with Charlie Kirk and all of that, and we're not going to get into that right now because, guidelines. But just one more reason why Stephen A. Smith should just shut the fuck up. Next story. The Clintons are refusing to testify. Now, some may seem to say that that's a little suspicious. Not really. Why should Bill have to? When our Bill already admitted that, I'll put this out there. I'll release the full list. It's no big deal. He's been telling you to push it, but he's not going to testify. And Comer is looking to hold them in contempt. But they stated that every person has to decide when they have seen or had enough and are ready to fight for this country, its principles, and its people, no matter the consequences. And for us, that time is now. And that was from a letter from Bill and Hillary Clinton, and that was on the Today Show today. I'm sorry, CNN today. Now, it's funny to me that they are choosing not to testify. And they stated this is a politically motivated attack. And we all know it is, because they just wanting to go after people on the left. But they're quietly sweeping over to the side the people on the right that are on that list. So I get it. I definitely get it. Much respect for them. You have a Fifth Amendment right. If you choose to invoke it, invoke that bitch. Our final story for the evening. Measles outbreak surges in the southern U.S., forcing quarantines as even fully vaccinated people are getting sick. From the Daily Mail, they're stating that more than 100 people in South Carolina have been struck by highly contagious measles in the past week. The South Carolina Department of Public Health said Tuesday that the state has seen 124 measles cases since Friday, and that brings the total to 434 since September of 2025. The outbreak has forced 409 residents into quarantine and 17 more into isolation. These latest round of quarantines will end for these residents on February the 6th. We want to send special prayers out to them and hope they are doing well and get better. Before we go, we also want to give a condolence to the family, and especially the daughter of Keith Porter, a black man who was also unalived or murdered, killed, shot, however you want to say it. He's no longer here because of ICE agents. The same people that took out Renee Good took him out too. So we want to send our condolences and heartfelt sympathies to his family, and like I said, especially his daughter. Good night. Those are our stories for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. TNN, Toledo Negro News. Have a good night.